The evening session about to get underway. This is day 9. Day off tomorrow, then the semi-finals, and then the finals spread across 2 days on Friday and Saturday. Left to the body from Bibossinov early on. Reaching for the body with his right hand there, Martínez. Bibossinov just trying to use that jab to fend him off if he can. Just jab to the gloves and then left to the body. Brings that left hand underneath there. Bibossinov. Martínez just pushed to the canvas there. Minute into round 1. Good pace to this. We suspected that there would be. That's always the case when Martínez is involved. He doesn't really allow anything else to happen. Covering up there, Bibossinov, getting those forearms up, those gloves up, and Martínez just chasing him around a little bit here. It's not that he isn't able to find him, but he's not really cutting off the ring. Bibossinov just rolling away to his left-hand side, throwing the hook and then moving off to his right. Final minute of round 1. Good combination there from Bibossinov. The first 2 landed on the gloves, the third one got through. That's happened a few times with him. That third punch gets through, and against a fighter like this, that's to be expected to an extent. The defences are too good for them just to concede single shots most of the time, or a straightforward 1-2. Left hand straight down the middle from Bibossinov. I think did just snake through the guard though. Closing stages of the opening round. The red corner was more accurate there, I felt. Martínez brought the heat, brought the work rate as he pretty much always does, and Bibossinov gets it across the board. As I mentioned, at times he can tend to chase his man around a little bit, particularly if they've got good movement, which Bibossinov obviously does. Good left hand there from Martínez. The sweat just goes spraying off the head of Bibossinov. The fighter in red's taking it across all of the 5 cards at the end of round 1. Good hands from Bibossinov. Good accurate 1-2. Martínez just finding the movement of Bibossinov difficult. That's a lovely 1-2. He's standing quite square there. Difficult to really predict which hand he's going to punch off or lead off with. Well, the referee's taken a point here for the head coming in low from Bibossinov. I don't really remember him warning him too much about that. He may well have done. It wasn't all that obvious if he did, the referee there, but it doesn't necessarily need to be. It could be a quiet word, and obviously that makes a big difference because Bibossinov is winning this round. We're halfway through and he's winning this round. Let's say he does go on to win the round, because the judges will score the round regardless of the point deduction. Then the point comes off at the end, and that means that Martínez will still be in this with a round to go, because he'll only be 1 point down. But if he can get this, if he can have a good finish, a good second half, and get this, then that plus the point off, any card he manages to do that on, then that just completely flips this on its head. He does dip a little bit low at times. He does stand quite square, as I mentioned, at times as well, but I can't say I really noticed the heads cracking together being something that looked all that likely to happen. But the referee's made his call. Right hand on the inside there from Bibossinov. Final few seconds of round 2, and I think this is quite comfortably another round for the red corner, but with a point deduction that would make it 19 points to 18 on the cards going into the final round. But we'll have to wait and see. Well, it's split scoring, so on 3 of the cards it's 19 points to 18 to Bibossinov. On the other 2, it's 19 points to 18 to Martínez. That's the scenario I was talking through, which is that if he did manage to win that round with any of the judges, that would just flip things on their head completely. So if he hadn't had the point deduction there, Bibossinov, then he'd be 20 points to 18 up with 3 judges, and Martínez would have an enormous amount to do. As it is, it's in the balance. Martínez is fractionally behind because it's 3 cards to 2 for Bibossinov currently, but there's all sorts of permutations that are possible here. If either one wins this across the board on the cards, then you'd imagine that they will go through. Certainly if that's the case for Bibossinov, he's in the red, looks for the uppercut on the inside. I thought he did enough to win that round, but Martínez has got 2 of the cards, so he needs to keep those 2. And if he can win this round 10-9 with one of the other judges and then get that judge to cast their decision his way, which is what the judges have to do if they finish with an even score, and their scores are needed for either fighter to find a majority. If he can do that, Martínez, then he'll go through. 1-2 there from Bibossinov. Martínez made to miss there. midway through round 3. Referee talking to Martínez this time about keeping that head up. And that point deduction, as I said, has thrown Martínez a lifeline, because without it, he would have been 2 points adrift on 3 cards and a level on the other 2. Nice 1-2 there from Bibossinov. Throws the right hand, skates off to his right, left hand to the body. Nice right hand there from Martínez. 15 seconds remaining, and this has been pretty similar to round 2. I scored round 2 to Bibossinov, and I think I would score this round to him again as well, but we got split scoring in the second round, and we could get it again here. Just a reminder of how it stands: 19 points to 18 with 3 of the judges for Bibossinov, 19 points to 18 for 2 of the judges with Martínez. That's a 10-9 round. Nobody's won that round 10-8. So it just depends on where the scores go, on what the judges do with this, and potentially there'll be level cards and judges' decisions made. It's very difficult to predict. As I say, I thought that third round was similar to the second. Bibossinov gets it by split decision, and he's got it across the board there in that final round. That's the way I would have gone with it. And so it ends up 3-0 because there are 2 drawn cards there, but we don't need the casting votes from the judges on those because he's got a majority without them anyway, Bibossinov. So he goes through 3-0, and had it not been for the point deduction, then that would have been wider. But the point off in the second round meant that he had to be on his game in that third and final round, which he was. So the Kazakh goes through to the semi-finals. 10 fighters they had in the quarterfinals. Kazakhstan, the leading nation on that front. And disappointment there for Martínez, of course.